To the FBI, there were nearly 4,000 violent crimes committed in just the first 6 months of last year right here in San Antonio.
Well, News 4 San Antonio is committed to bringing you the information that helps you make smart decisions when it comes to your family, including information about crime in your neighborhood.
And tonight I want to introduce you to the men and women at the police department who we'll call the ultimate crime trackers in what they call the Fusion Center. And the trends they spot help officers solve crimes and fix traffic tie-ups that definitely impact your life.
There are individuals that, we've tracked down who have committed heinous offenses against folks who are just out jogging.
You may remember the heinous crime against 24-year-old Lauren Bump, who went for a jog on New Year's Eve at Opeachnobble Park and was found stabbed to death. The shocking attack left the community stunned and scared, but within a week, a suspect was in jail.
We had information from people in the park that kind of helped us understand who this individual was. Once we get that information, we do our research on it, putting two and two together.
The San Antonio Police Department uses a number of high-tech methods to gather information from all around the city and to map it. It's a huge amount of records that eventually ends up in the Geographic Information System, or GIS. GIS plots the crime and tracks it. From violent crimes to vehicle burglaries, the information is layered where detectives can spot patterns and then draw out conclusions.
Vehicle burglaries, we have distinct hotspots. It's just like John Gerard when he does the weather forecast at night. He's tracking the storm as it blows through San Antonio. So what the hotspot measures really is frequency and proximity.
Now let me show you the 4 areas of concern SAPD was able to share with me regarding home and apartment break-ins from last year. Anything you see in yellow, orange, or red shows a high number. Let's start off with I-10 between Huebner all the way down to Callahan. That's in red. And on the east side of town, take a look at the area just south of I-35 on New Braunfels. Orange indicates a high number of break-ins there as well. And a couple of other areas I want to show you. The area at Loop 410 and Perrin Beidel makes it into the orange. And on the far west side, those of you living in the area around Adams Hill and between Hunt Lane and 410, south of 151, saw a lot of break-ins last year too. Detectives monitor walls in what's called the Fusion Center, full of flat-screen TVs showing a variety of information, including cameras, news channels, dispatch screens, and different intelligence sources. And when analysts and detectives spot a pattern, they determine which tactics to use to address that pattern of crime.
That shows us patterns where there's a lot of a specific type of crime being committed. It shows us when the crime is being committed, possibly who might be committing a crime.
Tracking crime isn't new, but the chief says they're light years ahead of where they were even just a decade ago, though the concept was actually being used more than 100 years ago.
They started doing crime mapping back in the 1800s in Europe. They did the same thing, but they put push pins on a paper map. This just allows it to be interactive.
Thanks to the GIS unit tracking patterns and tracking individuals and gathering detailed information from many sources, Lauren Bump's accused killer is off the streets and won't be able to attack again.
Now, if you want to check on crime trends in your area, we have made that very easy for you. All you have to do is go to news4sanantonio.com. You click on the crime tracker on the left-hand side, and there you can check your neighborhood against the Bexar County and SAPD police reports. You can also sign up for text and email alerts. And if there is something you want us to take a look at, call us at 476-1070, or you can email us at crimetracker@news4sa.com.
San Antonio's most accurate forecast for zone weather.
And I want to thank them for letting us in there. That was just a fascinating look at the brain of the police department, you could say.
Inside
the nerve
look
center.
that nobody sees. Very interesting.
And how far it's come, like I said, in just 10 years.